play. Right at 8. If you look at the clock, right when the second hand comes right there, right at 8, we come out to play. Ah! Wow, welcome to Skeleton Realm Live, episode 26.
We're live.
It's live. We're live. It's 8 p.m. and we're so happy to be here again. But guess what? Something's off. Something's a little strange.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Check the audio.
It's not Wednesday.
It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. And I know you guys don't give a hoot because you'd love to watch us at any time, at any hour, and any day. And I'd love to perform for you because that's what I'm doing, performing for you like a puppet. And I'd love to do that at any hour and at any day. And so sometimes we think sometimes these times and these days are irrelevant. But I know a lot of people schedule the show around Wednesdays at 8 because they love getting together with friends. And sometimes we've seen some people have some rituals at Wednesday at 8. And so I'm sorry we couldn't do it this week at Wednesday at 8. So we had to do it at Thursday at 8. So it's Thursday at 8 this week. Sam, why couldn't we do the show this week, Wednesday at 8? What was going on with you and what the heck's wrong with you?
I was flying all around. I was out of town and I was in Texas.
Wow.
And I'll be talking all about it. I'll be boring you to death with details on the Paters Pod after this. I'll tell you all about my trip.
Wow, I can't wait for that. Any Texas people in the chat? Is anybody in Texas? Anybody in Dallas? That's where Sam was this week. What?
I was looking all around Texas for him. I was going, hello.
Hello, Skeleton Realm Like Pants. And that's actually a good idea you were saying. He's saying, I'm going to tease. Sam came right at the back. He's looking really sharp today, so he's already teasing me in a certain way. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
But he's teasing. He's saying, guys, there's a Patreon that you can go to. If you pay us $5 a month, you get another hour after we're done with this stream. And he's teasing you in a way where he's saying, I'm not going to say what I was doing in Dallas until we go to the Paters Pod after the show and do another hour for $5 a month. I'm not going to tell you guys what I was doing in Dallas, so if you're watching the show just live on the show right now, you're not going to know. Okay. How's that for an intro? How's the chat doing? Dallas, Texas here, says Abud Saki.
Whoa, okay. I missed you.
We're loving our Texans. David Pope's in the chat.
Holy crap.
David Pope is in the chat, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
It took him 26 episodes, and David Pope is in the chat, folks. You know David Pope. Should I reveal who that is?
Yeah.
That's Desktop Dave, everybody. David Pope. Everybody say, hey, Desktop Dave, in the chat. David Pope is with us tonight. That is a treat, and that gets me that gets me hot. It's like a fire underneath me.
Yeah.
I might have to strip this jacket off. I'm wearing a Comfort, what am I saying? I'm wearing
Comfort Plus.
A Comfort Plus, and it's full of goose feathers, so it's hot. So anyway, Let's get into it. We're going to do the tips thing after the intro because we want to let you guys know what kind of crazy, incredible guests we've got coming on tonight. We've got an incredible group of guests. Now, I know I say this every week. I say, wow, tonight's the best guest we ever had. This week is stacked. I see a lot of people using the word stacked. A lot of Realmers have adopted the lexicon stacked. This show is stacked. Well, this show is stacked, folks. Tonight is going to be insane. The guests that we have lined up. Can you believe it, Sam?
Not at all. I love this song, though. I didn't never hear this.
I love this inspirational music.
Well, yeah, you want to hear the first one?
So who's the first guest tonight, Sam?
The first guest tonight on this Thursday is In Pain Uncle Terrence. In Pain Uncle Terrence.
In Pain Uncle Terrence. Sam and I do share an uncle named Uncle Terrence, and he's been in a great deal of pain recently, and he's going to come on to let us know why and maybe how we can help him relieve some of that pain. So after In Pain Uncle Terrence is the Last Man Standing Challenge champion, Frey Phillips. He's the most recent winner of the Last Man Standing Challenge. That's a challenge that we all have been following for almost about 50, 60 years now. So that needs no description. Who's next?
After Last Man Standing champion, we have a dog whistler collarman, Bobby Bones. Dog whistler collarman, Bobby Bones. And you know all about him.
We have dog whistler collarman, Bobby Bones. So a dog whistler is a person who makes whistles for a dog. It's a whistle that you blow that only dogs can hear. So a dog whistler is a person who makes those whistles for a living, is a craftsman by trade. But that's not all about Bobby Bones. He's a collarman. So he's high up in the guild of dog whistlers. So he's a high-level dog whistler, and his name is Collarman Bobby Bones. After that, we've got Tight Toes McGuire. Tight Toes McGuire.
Wow.
We call him Tight Toes McGuire, not necessarily because his toes are tight, rubbing up against each other, but because Tight Toes McGuire decides to wear boots that are just too tight for his toes. He's a normal-sized toes, but he's wearing boots that are too tight for his toes.
After that is rundown house owner May Phelps. That's May Phelps. They actually run and operate a rundown house.
May Phelps, and I've seen that rundown house. I go every day. I'm driving to the store back and forth from my house, and I see that rundown house. A lot of people say that rundown house down the road, that's a blight on the community, and May needs to get that fixed. May Phelps needs to get that fixed. And I say, leave May alone. Let the house be run down. Sometimes you have a rundown house on a block, and sometimes the neighborhood is nice. No, it's low crime, and you just have a rundown house. A rundown house is not always gonna, ruin the neighborhood. I don't mind looking at a rundown house. After that, we've got Laserman Gary, and he's the inventor of laser whips. One of the great new toys we've got coming out this year from Scale Corp.
Coming up, yeah.
You might see that one in the zine next year.
Pop.
How's the audio? How's the chat doing? How's the audio?
Yeah. My ears feel like they're about to bleed right off my head, but I wonder if my mic is doing so well. But, who's after that?
Who's after that?
Christmas chip dipper Bradley Mansfield.
Yeah! Bradley's coming on. The Christmas chip dipper. Everybody knows one in their family. It's somebody who just loves dipping chips on Christmas. So after that, we're going to have the rapper Large and in Charge. Yeah.
Ooh. Just in time for Christmas, the Bounce Master International Player.
The Bounce Master's coming on. I told you this one was stacked, guys.
Yeah, this is incredible.
The Bounce Master himself, the international player. And some of you guys probably know what an international player is. Some of you guys might not. You say a Playboy. They say a Playboy traditionally. Before we knew the nudie mag, they used to call guys Playboys. A guy who maybe comes from affluence, wealth, and he's going around and he's suave to the ladies like a James Bond, but he's not a spy. He's just a socialite, a playboy. Well, he is an international player, so that's sort of the modern version, and he's kind of got some differences to him and about him, and he's got some mystique to him and about him. God, I'm feeling so silly now. I did a bunch of CBD.
You're freaking crazy for that.
I did a bunch of CBD.
You're freaking crazy for that.
I'm crazy.
But that's leaves only one guess.
Yeah, who's the last one? Yeah.
Only one left. It's Animal Wiper, Tarman Zebrason.
Yes. Animal. I'll crack myself up with my own guess.
Yeah. He's right before.
His name is Tarman Zebrason, and he's an animal wiper. And so a lot of people know about zoologists, people at the zoo who take care of various types of animal. Well, the animal wiper is a role at the zoo that's basically, it can take care of any animal, but he's only wiping them. So he's wiping them down when they get dirty and dusty. Maybe he's wiping their, their booties. He might be wiping Boo-Boo. Remember Boo-Boo? Who remembers Boo-Boo? In the chat, do you remember Boo-Boo? So those are our guests for tonight. Guys, I want to apologize in advance right now because I've been sick all week. If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen I posted something yesterday just saying, hey, I'm sorry I've been sick. I want to say I'm sorry again. So my energy's a little low. I am drinking my signature Monster, and so that is getting me hyped, but I am feeling loopy and sick. I was in the bed with a fever for 3-4 days straight. The fever has now broken. But I was sweating. I was having night sweats. You ever get bad night sweats, Sam, when you get a fever?
I thought that was a good sign.
That's what I heard.
When you reported it, I said, well, thank God up in heaven that Doug's about to break his fever. But then you felt bad for another 4 days.
It was okay. No, I think that really was a turning point. Chat, give us a 1 in the chat if you sweat hard when you're sick. And give us a 2 in the chat if you sweat a little when you're sick. And give us a 3 in the chat if you're bone dry as an ill person.
I'd like them to submit photos taken of their bed sheets with a human shape made of sweat.
I basically had that. I should have taken a photo.
Shoot.
Anyway, so let's stop the music for this one because this is kind of serious and fun. So we did say that the show, it is Thursday. It's a Thursday show, and this probably will never happen again, so I'm sorry. It's always going to be on Wednesday. Always. We're never going to do Thursday again. So Thursday is a weird show. Thursday is weird. So I thought, what better way to kind of remind people? Because I thought maybe when we get halfway through the show, people are going to start forgetting.
Yeah.
They're going to look at their calendar and go, it's Thursday. And then they're going to close their laptop or close their phone and go do something else. And they're going to forget that they're watching Skeleton Realm Live because they're going to go, well, it's Thursday. This can't be Skeleton Realm Live. These must be imposters.
Or potentially even worse, they're going to forget that it's not Wednesday, and they're going to start taking their trash to the curb, going to work, or some other thing that they normally don't do on this day. So
Showing
either
up for
way,
appointments.
we need them to get it.
We needed
right.
some sort of slogan.
Jarg.
A jarg. We need a jarg to jar people's minds and let them remember. So we wanted to give you guys a nice slogan. And this is something small. I'm kind of overdoing this. It's just small. But I wanted to give you guys a slogan. And it kind of was running through my head when I was driving over here. We wanted to say our slogan for you right now. And it's kind of it's a theatrical sort of thing. We wanted to make sure that it really, popped. So here it is. Are you ready, Sam?
Yeah.
Thursday is for me.
And me.
So if you're watching the show and we're going through this episode and you kind of start to forget, just remember that. Thursday is for me.
And me.
Thursday is for me.
And me.
Thursday is for me.
And me.
And look at that shot. This is something that Sam rigged up right before the show tonight. And I was so excited about this shot. So you're going to see this throughout the episode. We actually have a way to run graphics through this. So this is going to be a really fun way to just enjoy it. It's reminiscent of something, chat. What does this remind you guys of? Is anybody saying it in the chat? This reminds you of the DVD waiting screen that we all remember if you're a millennial and you remember the 90s and the early 2000s of watching the DVD screen. I guess more early 2000s. They didn't really have it in the 90s.
Well, let's prove it. Let's put our money where our mouth is.
Okay, so here we go. Boom! So just before we get into it tonight, guys, you can head over to Tips for Sips. And you can tip us any amount you'd like, but it starts at $1, and that helps us recoup some of the cost of some of the amazing sodas and the great liquids that we love to consume live that fuel us. They really do fuel us while we give you this incredible content that we work so hard. We work so hard all week with sweat dripping down our brow as we're spraying this content at you, and it needs to be fueled with soda. So, if you feel like giving us a tip to say, thanks, guys. Thank you, Doug and Sam, for giving us content. You can tip us at tipsforsips.com. It's a one-off tip. And guess what? If you do it while we're doing the show, at the end of the show, I'll read your comment out live on the air so we can appreciate your comment. Maybe you've got a local small business you want to plug. And you want our hundreds of millions of viewers to see that business and get advertisement for it. I'll read it for you. You give me $1, but you can give us more if you'd like to. So that's just a way you can support the show without having to commit a monthly payment like a Patreon style. This is just a one-off tip, and we do it 10% style.
Yeah, give us some sodas, and we'll read them off, and we'll drink sodas on stream.
So Sam, what's next on the list here? I saw some rumblings in the Discord earlier.
Oh yeah.
About some really cool news that I thought was really exciting. So Sam, what's going on next here?
This is super important. This is extremely important. We have a birthday. We have a birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
Anyone's birthday. It is Tequila's birthday.
Tequila's birthday! I don't know if it's Tequila or Tequila. I've never said it out loud. I've only read it on the screen, but Tequila, everyone say happy birthday to Tequila. We just saw that in the Discord earlier. We thought, let's celebrate that. We love Tequila. If you're not in the Discord, you might not know Tequila is an amazing chatter. Tequila's always around to chat, send great photos of cute cats and kittens. And we just love Tequila's smiling face. We love Tequila's great energy. And we love just their amazing contributions to the show. So everyone thank Tequila. Happy birthday. And if it's your birthday too, let us know and we'll give you a birthday shout out on the stream.
Happy birthday. You're the best.
Oh, it's so lovely and wholesome. And we love being lovely and wholesome. We love being wholesome.
I need to stop the tip alerts from being read on the thing. So I'm going to go over to somewhere else, some other channel here. And I see Tequila.
I see some happy birthday from the chat.
Patreon call-in, so later in the episode, we will potentially be able to talk to the birthday individual, the viewer, Tequila.
Thank you, Tequila. Thank you, Tequila. Wow, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of thank yous. We love it.
Maybe we'll get an answer to the big question. Is it a ya or a la sound? on.
Is it in the
double
Spanish
Ls.
language or is it in the English pronunciation style? We don't know.
It doesn't matter if they don't want to talk about it.
One last thing to mention here before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this bad boy. Oops, I almost cursed really bad. Before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this bad boy. For Patreon, we're doing callers at the end of the show. So if you're on the Patreon, you have the ability to call in if you integrate your Discord account with the Patreon. So do that and get ready in the Patreon because we will be taking callers live, and that really is super freaking fun. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
There's my head.
Not so.
Wow, little sneak preview for everybody.
Not so toasty anymore, huh?
I am getting really hot. Okay, so here's something really cool. Let's key up some rock.
Ooh, rock.
Here's some rock, because this one you'll see in a minute.
Are the sips coming out of your...
Oh, oops, I got a
computer?
Oops, yeah, we're getting sips. Okay, thank you for the sips, guys. We're going to read them at the end of the show.
Yeah. Thanks for the sips. Let's get some rock and roll. Okay. Yes.
So this is epic as crap.
Yeah.
Now,
super epic as crap.
A lot of people, they say, guys, you're too nice to your fans. You communicate too much with your fans. You interact too much with your fans. You give your fans too much. I've heard this criticism a lot. I say, Doug, what are you doing? You're giving your fans too much epic content. You're giving them too much love. You're being too nice to them. You're engaging with them too much, and you're thinking that they're too cool. And all I have to say to them is, my fans are rock stars, so y'all are rock stars. And y'all deserve it, and y'all are freaking rock stars.
Absolutely.
That's basically it, because y'all rock. Y'all are rock stars.
It's incredible. Y'all are rock stars. Let's hear it for you.
Party like a rock star. You remember that song in the Party Like a Rock Star? Y'all are rock stars. In the chat, can we get pats on the back?
Pats on the back for the Rockstar
Pat on the back of the Rockstar pack.
The Rockstar Rat Pack gets pats on the back.
We don't really like rap. We like rock, so we pat on the back of the Rap Star, the Rap Rock Pack. You guys are rockers.
Rock.
Who's a rocker? One in the chat if you're a rock star. Duh. One in the chat if you're a rock star. Duh. One in the chat if you like rock, and a 2 in the chat if you like rap. But guess what? If you like rap and you're a fan, y'all are still rock stars.
Anything but country for me.
Yeah, we don't really do country, but we love rock stars. Y'all rock! Party like a rock star, party like a rock, party like a rock star, party like a rock, party like a rock star, party like a rock. I think we can move on from this one. This is a bad one. This is boring.
Yeah. It needed
terrible
to be said.
Content, but it just needed to be said. I'm already losing my voice. Should I strip a little bit? I'm gonna strip.
Okay.
Hold on. This will be really quick. Here. Yeah! Yeah! Crap. Oh, sorry, it's just too hot. I had to do it. Sometimes if we're not really doing anything that interesting, it's okay, because I've noticed we're forming sort of this epic Skeleton Realm community of just really cool individuals. That's really, and I'm being serious. When we first started doing this, my vision for all this was just, let's bring people with sort of a similar style, a similar swagger, a similar sort of intelligence, let's be honest, good looking. Let's just say everything that our fans are. We wanted to bring a group of those types of people together and have a community. And that's what the Discord's all about. That's what the live chat's all about. It's a ritual. We're performing we call them friendship rituals. Sam and I are friends, and guess what? We're friends with everyone here, and we're all friends, and we love to be friends. And bye, my friend. Bofa D says, Doug is getting comfy. See, I still read some of the comments when they're not going too quick. So anyway.
Forming epic skeletons. There's one. There's one.
Forming epic skeletons by Brewski.
Brewski. Oh, we know who that is. That's a new guy.
Yeah, we do.
New fish. We like to acknowledge the new fish. So welcome all new fish.
Okay, so this next thing, speaking of intelligence here and IQ and all this and that and the other.
Yeah.
Sam and I, when we lost the studio before, when it sadly was destroyed, allegedly by an incendiary device, that we really shouldn't go into and talk about much. We had to get a new studio, and so we went to the Truist Tower, but the rent there was a little too high. T-Bone, if you thought T-Bone was charging us a lot, we were getting charged almost double at the Truist Tower by the new guy, and I won't even say his name, because you'd probably know who he is. He's an A-list celebrity.
High-rise robbery.
High-rise robbery, well put. So we said, we got to get a better deal here on where do we shoot the stream. So we thought, what would be better than getting paid to use a space?
Oh.
Like a reverse rent, having a landlord pay you. Mm-hmm. So we thought, we're creative guys. We could figure this out. We can find out a way to make money and use a space at the same time. That's easy as crap. So we found a company called CubeSmart. You've probably seen the company CubeSmart driving down the highway, driving in town. It's a storage unit company, but that's not all it is. It's a lot more than that. And they approached us and said, guys, we love the content, we love the stream, and we'd love to give you a single, 10 by 10?
Yeah.
It's a 10 by 10. We'd love to give you a single 10 foot by 10 foot unit to use for the stream, but that's not all. You gotta shout us out and we will pay you. We'll give you 10 grand per episode. Oops. And you can shout us out, and that's not it though. We want you to have some fun with the CubeSmart brand and do what we like to call the CubeSmart Challenge, which is live in the cube, make the content in the cube, and also we're gonna give you an entrance IQ exam, an exam about all sorts of knowledge, and then an exit exam, so your intelligence has to increase too. So that's where they say intelligence is key, and that's one of the ethos, that's the ethos of CubeSmart. It's not just it's not your U-Haul storage place, it's not some of these other just stupid, stupid places, really is the best way to put it. Stupid, dumb storage places. This is a smart place. This is where you're not just gonna store your old mattress and do one of these and walk away. You're gonna store the old mattress, sit down and read Chekhov. You're gonna read a Chekhov play. So that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to increase our intelligence. And Sam, how has it been for you inside this unit? We're in the unit right now, if you didn't understand that.
Yeah, audio's great in here. We put up all our curtains, and they let us get to work. They said we could stream once a week, and we have to study all time after that.
All time.
All time after that is devoted to studying, but we're getting comfy. It's a little cold, but now I'm warming up too, frankly.
It feels good.
But they say we're living, working, and playing. And that's the key too. Unit.
We love to play. One of the things that I thought was really cool too is living in the cube presents lots of different problems, right? Mm-hmm. There's no bathroom, so that's a problem. And a lot of people would say that's kind of it's like you're doing a Mr. Beast challenge or something. That's why they're paying you. You're making a fool of yourself. Where are you defecating and urinating, and where are you getting your food? Well, that's the whole point, is that makes you smarter to figure out what to do. So I have been defecating in Ziploc bags, and I've been urinating in Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
So that's easy to do. You just find a Ziploc bag. I brought my own Ziplocs when I came because I just like to have Ziplocs. So I've been defecating in the bag, and that creates a warm, kind of like a hand warmer.
Yeah.
When you defecate in a Ziploc bag, it gets warm in your hand.
You've been sleeping on them to warm them back up after they've lost their heat. I've just been using the books. Once we're done reading a book, that's how I use the book, is for the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Using to wipe.
I use the whole thing as it's the bathroom.
Yeah, a book is bathroom system.
It goes in.
Right. So what about that smell? That's not the defecation happening out of our holes. What is the smell going on that you're smelling, Kev?
Well, that's
we
the
figured
thing.
this out recently. This is actually kind of exclusive for this morning when we found this out. What's the smell?
That's a different smell.
Yes.
Because the bowel stuff is a distinct smell.
Let me preface it for the chat. Okay, we've been waking up and smelling something incredibly foul. Mm-hmm. And there's a type of foulness that comes along with urine and feces that I am very used to in my life, and some of my life circumstances have led me to being almost desensitized to those smells and actually almost enjoying them and seeking pleasure and gratification from those smells. But this is a different type of smell that we've been exposed to, and we're going, it's like hitting us like a brick truck every day. And what is that? You peeked through the hole in the wall and you saw what it is. What is it?
Yeah, in addition to a lot of loud, speaking of getting hit by a truck, a lot of sounds of hitting, but that's it's our neighbor Jack Mason Crane. He is not part of the Smart Cube CubeSmart program.
And you heard Jack Mason Crane, the Jack Mason Crane.
Yeah,
the Jack Mason Crane.
That's right. He's our neighbor.
He's our neighbor. I mean, he's not living in the cube, but he's been moving bags in and out of the cube every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The smell's been emanating from those bags. Anyway,
He's busy.
This might not be interesting.
Oh yeah, but we can move on. I mean, we'll just his name's enough. It's Jack Mason Crane next door, and boy, does he need to get his shit together.
Boy, is he busy loading bags.
First word detected.
Jack Mason Crane.
Well, that's CubeSmart, so we'll keep you updated
cool.
on how smart we get once we leave the cube, which I think is before the end of the year.
Yeah, I think 2023 is the cutoff, so that'll be good.
I hope we're smart.
My mom says, wow.
I remember this song.
Vidya Guide says, related to Fraser Crane? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not sure.
So, okay, so speaking of brand deals, let's get that's scary music. I don't want to be scared.
Yeah, we're done being scared.
Yeah.
We're safe.
We're moving at a nice pace here. Okay. Speaking of brand deals, so if CubeSmart wasn't enough of a brand deal for you to blow you guys' mind, seeing how many epic freaking brands would love to associate with us, we've been hooked up with something really incredible this week.
This is awesome. It's local?
It's local. Now, this is really cool. This is what's called a branded three-way. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a branded three-way. They're a branded threesome. Some people call them a branded three-way too. What a branded threesome is when three brands get together and really go at it in a three-way style. And so, maybe the president and so in this case, we've been involved in this three-way. Now, what happens when three big brands get together and try to get some synergy going, try to get some marketing and some advertising and some perks going together like this, is they need somebody to do the advertising and the marketing for them. So the big wigs, the executives at Georgia Aquarium, the executives at Ride, and the executives at Wet Tape have all gotten together and said, we want to have a branded three-way. We want to get down and dirty and have a branded three-way. And so we need some guys. I'm explaining this terribly.
No,
we need
perfect.
some guys to do the marketing for us. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Press 1 in the chat. This makes sense. If you understand what a branded three-way is.
It's synergy. Everyone knows what synergy
three-way.
is. Smart advertising, smadvertising, and smart advertising. It's just variations
It's synergy.
on that.
So we've been involved. This is our first branded three-way. We've always done a classic. We've been monogamous branders. We've always been just one-on-one with our brand. We have Triple Play Classic come do it. It's the MeCon. We have, other throwaways maybe did a special with us. CubeSmart, but we've never done the three-way. And we're getting really, 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 really excited about getting involved in a threesome. So we call it a menage a trois, manager at a company or something like that. And maybe some lesser comic would come up with a joke like that or something. When we were tasked with doing the marketing for this branded threesome, these are all Atlanta brands, by the way. Ride, if you aren't familiar with Ride, it's a rideshare app, and it's actually the new rideshare app from MeMoreTV. And what's really cool about Ride, maybe I'll go through the brands and describe them. So what's really cool about Ride is like an Uber or a Lyft, but it's made by MeMoreTV. So of course they're going to have Triple Play Classic terminals in the car. So they're going to have screens on the seats when you're riding, and you can play your games, watch yourself stream, and do some other wacky stuff. And they're going to have cameras installed at the driver's seat level so that you can join in with your driver and have him involved in your live streaming and your game playing. And you're going to be able to play games with your driver and use Triple Play Classic while I'm on the way to the bar. Use Triple Play Classic while I'm on the way to the sports event. Use Triple Play Classic while I'm on the way to my grandmother's house. So that's going to be really cool. So download that now if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Georgia Aquarium. That's the aquarium here in Atlanta. Really great. They've got dolphins and whales and all this, that, and the other. And
then more water. It's quite large. And then
Wet Tape. Wet Tape is a new offering for Skelcorp. It's a tape that works when it's wet. So you can tape this. You can use it underwater. You can tape a wet surface. If you've ever been at the beach or at the pool and your body's wet and you got to tape it, the tape's going to slide right off. I'm sorry. The tape's going to slide right off if it's regular tape. This is wet tape, so this is going to stick hard. In fact, it sticks harder when it's wet. So anyway, and then you can see why the Georgia Aquarium might be interested in some product like this, because they might need to tape up certain things. In a minute, we'll let you know what we're going to be doing over there with the tape.
They have kids banging their hands on the fish tanks all the time, and they cause cracks. So
and so you tape the children's hands to the tank so they don't.
Exactly.
And those tanks are wet because of the condensation.
And so a lot of people who aren't involved in advertising agencies and marketing, that kind of thing, like we are, they don't know these particular columns, the 3 columns of marketing, some advertising, some marketing, and any kind of variations on that. They are signage,
yes,
synergy, and demonstration.
Right. Signage, synergy, demonstration. Those are the key components when it comes, especially to a branded threesome, that you want to apply to the marketing techniques to really make sure that not just one, but all 3 of the brands are front and center and are having incredible. He liked that one. You want to make sure that not just one, but all 3 of the brands are front and center. You guys know this. We're preaching to the choir. Our audience understands marketing really well.
They know how we treat brands.
They know how we treat brands, so they know it all.
It goes without saying.
Yeah, so what is that again? I'm losing my okay, signage, synergy, demonstration. Show signage.
Yeah.
Let's get the music off for this. It's distracting me. I'm scared.
Concentrate.
It's scaring me. Yeah. So
we've gone the opposite direction.
I know. I was begging him for more music before the show, and now it's less. Okay. So the first tenet of the branded threesome is signage. So what are we going to do for signage? Well, we're going to take fins from the aquarium, and no, we're not going to saw them off of an animal. These are going to be prosthetic, but they're going to be modeled perfectly off of some of the sharks they have there at the Georgia Aquarium. We're going to use the wet tape to tape them to the top of the ride cars. And so this is just a mock-up. This isn't going to be exactly how it looks, but what I would love is maybe a Georgia Aquarium logo on the fin that shows everybody what we're really, because there's not enough branding here, but the idea is...
The mock-up doesn't have LED. We should have some LED strips probably spinning around on there.
Yeah, like LED strips, maybe under the car. We could do under the car and have hydraulics on the car too, so it's popping super hard too.
And ideally...
put NOS in it.
Ideally, we can augment the Threeway with a sub-client to bring them in underneath the 3, and we can cut out a triangle right on that fin and make it a screen and sell.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
For our threesome, we get a sub.
We can make it a foursome. We can make it a branded orgy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a branded orgy.
But the 3 on top are the boss.
3 on top of the boss. You heard it from the horse's mouth. What's really cool about this is if you see this riding down the road, and this was really what gave me the idea, is I was actually driving the other day, and I had just been to the aquarium because they gave us free tickets as part of this deal. They said, go to the aquarium, check it out, get some ideas. We want you guys to really be familiar with the brand. So I went, and I was dreaming about fish, dreaming about sharks, dreaming about whales, dreaming about dolphins, dreaming about all sorts of turtles. And so when I was riding down, I was on Memorial Drive riding down, and I looked over at a car, and I had to do a double take because it had one of those things on the back. Nowadays, the new cars, the antennas look like shark fins. And I went, and I thought that it was a shark. So I thought, what cooler way to just put a freaking shark fin on a car? Because everybody goes, is that a freaking shark?
Yeah.
Wow! And then they're going to go, oh, it's not. And then they're going to see the brands right there, and they're going to go, I got to get down to the Georgia Aquarium. That's just plain freaking cool.
And for the kind of marketing people out there, what we're doing here is we're maximizing usage of the public's acceptance of sharks that's been through probably 50 years of pop culture. So if you don't even need to focus group this kind of idea.
Right.
People love sharks.
They do.
And most importantly, they take them seriously. They're not jokes.
And I mean, you will see a lot of sharks in branding. Sharks are like motivators to spend money. You see a shark and you're like, oh, you got to pull your wallet out. So
loan sharks.
We're using the physical environment to affect the public.
And
so what's next?
After signage, so that's signage, one of the key tenets of marketing, and the next one would be synergy.
Synergy. So synergy really, what synergy is all about when you're dealing with a branded threesome is bringing all those brands in one place together at the physical point of sale. At the point of sale location, where the point of sale system is enacted in where the physical location where the brands are sold. So we want to do synergy and we're bringing all these brands together. So we said, we're getting a freaking ride car. We're taping the door shut with wet tape and we're dropping it in the shark tank at the freaking Georgia Aquarium and it's going to sink. And so this is just a mock-up. Obviously, that's not a real photo. These aren't real photos. They're mock-ups. So don't act like, they are. one of the things I actually had an idea while we were making this mock-up was we should put something in the car, and show how powerful this tape is. Because if you tape up the doors of a car with this tape, the air will remain in there. It's like a freaking scuba tank or a freaking submarine.
So what do you want to put in there?
I think, so here's my wild idea. It's the aquarium, so there's lots of animal life. What if we put land animals inside the car? So maybe a small horse, a small pony, and maybe something like that. Maybe a small hog. We could put a hog. Let's put a hog in the car.
That'd be best for a back seat situation of a sedan.
We'll call it sinking with the bacon.
Yeah.
We'll call it bringing the bacon to the bringing the bacon to the seafloor. Seafloor bacon.
Just surf and turf.
Surf and turf. So we'll put a family of hogs. We're going to put a family of feral wild hogs inside of a ride, tape it with wet tape, and dunk it in the dunk tape.
Curse word
Okay.
detected.
So that's what is this? This is synergy. That's
Synergy.
enough of that.
You get them all together and you make them one thing. And then the final one is demonstration.
Now this is what gets me, I won't even say it. This is what gets me hot. This gets me excited.
Yeah.
Because this is the big pièce de résistance, as they say in French. Now, every year they have a parade for the Georgia Aquarium. Everyone knows, and everyone dresses up like fish. Most people in Atlanta dress up like fish, and most of the people they actually wear their fish outfits for weeks, and it gets a little old, in my opinion. But they've never done, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. We've never done, okay, never mind. I didn't actually name this yet, but what we want to do is take a dolphin, and now dolphins, before you think we're being cruel to the animal, dolphins love being outside of the water. They like being in the sun. They like being out in the woods. You can take a dolphin to the woods, and a dolphin's going to be on cloud 9 in heaven. Dolphins love all sorts of environments.
This
Dolphins are smarter than humans.
This
That's
car's
confirmed.
not filled with water.
No, this is a dry car. So we're taking a raw dolphin.
It's a raw dolphin.
That's what's really cool about this.
Wow.
It's a raw dolphin, guys. So we're getting a raw dolphin straight from the tank, and we're bringing him into the back of a ride. And guess what we're putting on him? Can anybody guess in the chat what's going on the raw dolphin inside of the back of the ride? Can anybody guess what's going on the raw dolphin in the back of the side of the ride? Can you guess? Wet tape.
Yes.
So he's going to be wet because he's going to be fresh out of the tank, but he will be raw and he will be taped. Mm-hmm. And that tape's not falling off. So we're going to put him in the back of the car. We might do 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 of these cars with every dolphin that the Georgia Aquarium has to offer. Tape them up raw style, and then run those cars through the parade. Mm-hmm. And so you're gonna be able to say, "Wow, my gosh! I see the twirlers, I see the flippers, I see the fire twirler blasters, I see the fire flippers, I see the fish guys coming in with their fish hats, I see the scaly fishmen coming down like they always do." And then you do a double take. Wait, what? They got raw dolphins in the back of rides coming on taped with what tape in this parade? What? And so what are they going to do? They're going to have their eyes glued to the cars, and then that's a perfect opportunity. Hit them with the logos. Hit them with the wet tape logo. Hit them with the Georgia Aquarium logo. Hit them with the ride logo. With the fins on top of the car at the same time with the raw dolphins inside. So this is big. Now,
and the gill, you can see the gills are taped there, so that's how they can sustain for so long with the wet tape.
keep the blowhole tape tight.
Yeah.
If you have a raw dolphin, tape the blowhole because the water needs to stay inside. And like I said, dolphins are actually smarter than humans. And you can ask a dolphin. They communicate with the clicking noises. They've asked them. They've said, they taken a dolphin out. They put him in a car, raw style, just a raw dolphin. They take him in the woods. They run him through the woods. They say, "How'd you like that?" He goes, "Guys, I was on cloud 9. Heaven." So dolphins love it. So before you catch us saying we're cruel to animals, we ask the dolphins first, and they love getting taped up with wet tape. And I know what else you're thinking is, does it hurt when this is pulled off the skin? And the answer to that is no, it doesn't hurt. And it does stick really hard, and that you'd think that that's impossible. But maybe later I'll tape myself with this. Maybe on the Paters Pod, we'll test some of this out on my skin, and we'll get it nice and wet. So that might be exclusive. I was going to do it now, but we'll save that for the Paters Pod.
Yeah.
So if you're on the Patreon, you might hear some tape tricks. Might do some tape tricks.
Well, that is the full explanation of that.
Yeah, so that was long-winded, wasn't it? But it requires a little bit of wind, that one, I think.
Indeed. And the next point of business, this is a bit technical, so we'll try to make this as easy to explain as possible.
Yeah,
okay?
so Sam, you start this one. This is sort of more in your wheelhouse here.
So we recently were checking TikTok statistics, and they did a sampling of our viewer population being on our TikTok that now has 250,000 views on it. That's 250,000 views.
That's big. That's the big time. That's big league.
And so we thought, well, that is a great point of sampling for our to test our demographics. And what we found, or what TikTok found and told us, is that our demographics are split. And it is 36% female. And what we thought is, well, that's pretty darn good, but what we're wanting to do is mirror global demographics. And mirroring global demographics involves raising that number from 36% to 50.5% to mirror the real Earth. In addition to that, we would like to match the Earth on another thing, so we wanted to share a couple goals related to this.
Sam put it very well. The idea here is that we thought it would be kind of a way to build our brand a little bit quicker and a little bit more effective if what we do is we take global demographics, global facts, which have been organized and pulled together by some companies that we're affiliated with, some facts about demographics, maybe male and female ratios to viewerships and things like that, jobs, environment, statistics about the globe, and then applying them to the show in an effort to make the show more palatable and make it more realistic in terms of how it reflects the global statistics. Does that make sense? So, like he says, we have 36% women are viewing our content on TikTok, which is what, 64% men, which is an interesting spread. That's not bad, but we want to get it more 50-50 because the Earth is about 50-50 women and men. So we want to, that's one example, but so we wanted to bring up a few other examples of things that we wanted to try to accomplish. Now, this is a long-term goal. This isn't something that we're going to be able to do overnight, but these are just some of our ideas and what we would like to accomplish moving forward in regards to some of the global statistics. So I hope that makes sense, and we're going to go and list just a few, just two, I think.
Just two, not too many. And that first one is that by 2095, we're hoping that the entire live stream is going to have 20% coverage of grasslands by 2095. I think that's a pretty modest, but
I think that's a reasonable goal. By 2095, that's almost 100. Well, no, that's nice. 80 years, 70 years. Now, this is an interesting statistic because this is very controversial. A lot of people are saying that number is very much higher. A lot of people saying very much lower. And we talked about this before the show. I think it's because a lot of people, there's a debate as to what constitutes a grassland. Some people say, this type of environment is a grassland. Hey, it's got grass. You might say my front lawn's a grassland. We might get into that later. And I would say, no, it's not a grassland. It's a deciduous forest. We're here in Atlanta. So a lot of people have, it's up for interpretation. It's up for debate, certainly, what constitutes a grassland. But we're going with the number 20%, that 20% of the Earth is grassland. So we'd like the live stream to reflect that. Skeleton Realm Live will be covered in grasslands 20% by 2095. And so what are some of the things that you're thinking about doing now that might help make that a reality by 2095? Sam?
Oh, well, we have to change the studio around a lot. I'm thinking maybe removing the ceiling.
Removing the ceiling might help. Maybe removing the floor and the floorboards. Grass typically will grow in soil. So we could do we could measure the floor and we could cut out 20% of the floor and then just kind of hope and pray. And just hope against hope that grass might sprout its ugly head right there in that 20%. So that's just
maybe if
we haven't thought a lot about it
combined, and that'll be. But we have a lot of time to get this going. But we should start soon. We only have 63 years.
That's right. And
73.
And the good thing to mention here is that this is sort of a generational endeavor. This is something that our children might have to take over for us because I'm not going to be around in 2095. I would be 103. So, I mean, hey, maybe I'll be 103.
Yeah. Well,
I doubt it.
And then, the final point of our mirroring global demographics thing is you're probably familiar with the Verschover Institute of Global Operational Research. That's shorthand is VIGOR, and they have recently done a large scale. This is really helpful for us when we're trying to match global demographics. You got to look at the Verschover Institute, and what they found is that they've broken down all professions on Earth into two categories, and that is 40% are farmers and 60% are bus drivers.
And that was something that didn't shock me at all when I heard that information. And so really, really good info by the Verschover Institute of Global Operations Research, VIGOR. A group that we work really closely with. If you don't know, Sam and I were part of a group that they have been strongly affiliated with for centuries at this point. That's where Sam and I actually met. So we've been in communication with some of these think tanks and these groups for a long time. And this was a statistic that actually shocked a lot of what we like to call regular folks. But I was sort of keyed into this information already, and it is that 40% of the world are farmers and 60% of the world are bus drivers. And so farmers, that's 40%, that's 3 billion people. And so bus drivers constitutes 4.6 billion of the Earth's population. And I said, I'm a bus driver.
Yeah.
I'm a bus driver. Every day I drive the bus. And so you're a farmer.
That's correct.
So this isn't news, but what is news and what is something that we really do need to consider is that our chat needs to reflect this.
Right.
So just in the same way that we have 36% women and 64 men, and we'd like to get that 50-50, well, heck, we'd like to get exactly 40% farmers and 60% bus drivers constituting our live chat. So guys, I'm gonna make a poll right now and I'm gonna ask, are you a bus driver or a farmer? Are you a bus driver or a farmer? Bus driver, farmer.
And so answer honestly. You don't have to,
answer honestly, and think about this because you can't be anything else. This is sort of fact. So we'll let the poll run and we'll talk about this. The info didn't surprise me. I thought. It's funny, some of the guys who were talking about this, I saw some of the talking heads online on Twitter were saying, how could this be? How could this doesn't make any sense. I'm not a bus driver or a farmer. And what I would say to them is, you're one or the other. Go home and, ask your spouse, ask your roommate, ask your parents. They might know. You might not know, but take a look in the mirror, dude.
God. I don't think that everyone should. This think tank information isn't for everyone.
No,
it's kind of hard to
yeah. process
for the layman, but it is true. It's just like you don't have to sit around and process all this information. This is how things get done on a broader level, on the global scale, and that's what we want to bring, that proactive kind of global think style into.
And that really
stream.
is a good point to bring up, because what's interesting about that is that we would like to apply that to the stream too, which means that if we do, the poll's running right now and it's not looking like it's super factual. We'll end it in a moment here. But the interesting thing about the statistics about this group is if it doesn't reflect reality, which is that the world is 40% farmers and 60% bus drivers, we're going to have to move some of you guys in a direction. So you might see some things in your life change. Maybe if you're going out every morning and you're picking wheat and you're operating large tractors, maybe you might start actually getting up and going and running a bus. Maybe you might actually start driving a bus. Maybe you might actually be going down to the bus depot in your local town, city, and you might find yourself wearing a bus uniform, or maybe vice versa. Maybe you're a bus driver. Every morning you get some Dunkin' Donuts. You get in the cockpit of the bus. You start driving it. Well, heck, maybe one morning you wake up and you go, I'm gonna go pick turnips. I'm gonna go dig up turnips with a shovel, or I'm gonna go operate large-scale silos and large,
tractors,
large tractors and large tanks of pesticide, and I'm going to be dealing with huge systems on a farm. So you might see that happening in your life, and you might wonder why. Well, you've got us to blame. But we're not going to hurt anybody. We're just going to kind of move you in that direction. So I'll end the poll now, and it's not looking
votes.
good.
We got 29 votes.
Yeah, that's good. So
what's the split?
Yeah, 53-46. So we didn't quite get it. And what is that? Farmers. Oh my gosh, it's skewed to farmers. So
okay,
we've got a lot of farmers that are going to become bus drivers. Hopefully, and this is a smaller scale goal than 2095. I'd like to do this one before next year, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's easy. It's on an individual level. We can get this done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for checking that out, and just be aware that if you get some kind of census-style forms requesting a change in your life, it's probably.
And be honest now. Be honest. We don't want you to lie. We want you to get into that new job, and then we want you to reflect that on the census. We're not trying to get you to lie.
All right.
So this might come as a shock. I'm thinking that there's going to be some shock in the chat here in a moment.
Yeah.
So let's get maybe some gotcha music.
Yeah.
Because we're about to get you guys.
Uh-huh.
I know some of you guys are going to be caught with your pants around your ankles with this one. So let's see what happens here. Y'all are getting drug tested. Yeah, y'all are getting drug tested, and don't reach for the door handle because it's locked and you're stuck and you gotta piss right in front of me because I'm not letting you get away with it like you did last time. And we're not pulling out any prosthetic cocks or all any of this sort of thing or squatting with a prosthetic tube up your ass. We got you. You're getting drug tested. Each and every fucking one of you is getting a test right here, right now. And you're not leaving the house. And you're not going and getting your friend's piss.
Curse word detected.
This ends today. This ends right the fuck now. You're getting fucking drug tested. And actually, a lot of you have already been drug tested. That's actually really the twist here, isn't it, Sam?
Correct.
We've already done it, dumbass.
Curse word detected.
You already got fucking drug tested. And we got the results right here.
It's a 12-panel test.
Stupid.
And we have a lot of results.
So stupid. We 12-paneled your ass, dumbass.
Yeah, that's a really good panel. Most are 10. But we tested for all of them. So
Left in the red says, not fair if Doug is hopped up on CBD. I'm not the one getting tested. You are, hot shot.
Curse word detected.
I can do as much CBD as I want.
Curse word
I'm the
detected.
host. The chatters can't be on this junk.
Curse word detected.
CBD's not on the panel either.
CBD's not even on the panel, dummy.
Curse word detected.
Cannabis is.
I don't mess with that junk. I'm CBD all the way, baby.
So there's AMP, which is amphetamine, COC, which is cocaine, PCP, I don't know how to pronounce that, and BAR, barbiturates, lots of others, a lot of the stars, which I never knew they had so many acronyms. It's pretty awesome. MDMA,
Now-
we all know that one.
Yeah, so that's what you tested for. Now, I know I don't want to invade everybody's privacy. A lot of y'all failed. Y'all did bad on this one. Y'all did real bad. And I don't want to read out the specifics for some of y'all, but some of y'all failed like a 0. Like y'all had it all. Like y'all had it all in y'all's PP. But we do want to read one guy who's in the chat, and I'm glad he's here. His name's David Pope.
Oh, yeah.
And
David
we've got
Pope.
his results. Desktop Dave. You guys know Desktop Dave. David Pope, are you still in the chat, or did you run away scared with your tail between your legs? Because we've got David's results right here.
Yep. David's results are here.
Read them out.
He tested positive. He's been drinking He's been drinking urine and abusing urine. And he tested very strong for that.
What?
He's been doing that in the past 12 hours of the test.
Does it say how many gallons a day?
I can't tell. It's very
100
concentrated.
probably, 100,
Very
yeah.
concentrated, yeah.
Sick. Ew, Dave.
He's been consuming a lot of
He's too scared to even show himself. He won't even say anything.
human urine.
Ah, there he is. This is unbelievable, he says. Yeah. Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable to me when I saw his results. Jack. Well, keep going. What else has he got in there? Pasty.
Benzodiazepines.
Yeah.
Benzos, you know.
Benzodiazepines.
Buprenorphine.
Ew. That's poop.
And of course,
He's got methamphetamine, barbiturates, everything.
yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know how to pronounce any of these, so.
David Pope says, this is a huge breach of my privacy, and I would like to talk to you guys in person about this. Yeah, we'll be talking in person, dude, down at the frickin' disciplinary office. You got tested, and some of you guys think that you're off the hook, too. You're not. You got tested, too. I tested myself, and I came out clean.
Yeah, me too.
CBD don't come up on it, Jack. All right.
Well, it's good to let him know. Give him a heads up.
Don't be so hard on Dave.
Don't be hard on Dave.
You guys all failed. It wasn't just Dave. Okay. Okay, so this is really, actually this segment is really the highlight of the night for me. I was whistling a fun song on the way over here, just thinking about letting you guys know this really fun experience that we had with these guys. This was so epic. I know a lot of you guys probably have heard of this group, but you throw it up? Okay, so the Jacked Up Spandex Masters paid us a visit and organized our studio. Let me let it sink in for a second. Let's let it sink in. Okay, let me say that again. The Jacked Up Spandex Masters paid us a visit and organized our studio. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with the Jacked Up Spandex Masters, it's a group of jacked up dudes in spandex. And they're so good at organizing, and they're so good at moving heavy stuff. And they're not movers. You're going, oh, it's like the college hunk movers. No, it's the Jacked Up Spandex Masters, because they master the organizational process inside your house. And the jacked up dudes did such a good job. Our studio was full of junk and full of a mess. And the Jacked Up Spandex Masters came in and cleaned it and sparkled. You know, in a cartoon when it's so clean it sparkles? I was having hallucinations from all the CBD. And I was looking at sparkles on the floor and on the walls. Going,
no, they burned.
The jacked up guys did what to the studio? They made it sparkling clean. They organized the heck out of it.
It's incredible. It's like Marie Kondo, but with
a little bit of
elbow
meat.
Grease. Yeah.
A little bit of meat.
A little bit of meat.
And a bit of meat.
Little meat in the condo.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that's kind of a quick one. But the Jacked Up Spandex Masters, if you haven't looked into what these guys do and gotten on board with the program that they offer, it's really affordable. They'll get you on a payment plan. But the Jacked Up Spandex Masters are just the best at what they do. If you're trying to get organized, you're trying to get your stuff organized and clean, bring in the Jusms. Bring them in. Bring in the Jacked Up Spandex Masters, and that's all I have to say about it. So I guess we have a few more, and then...
Well, this is a fun one because this one it's about the last chance you're ever going to get to be able to do this, because the temperature in Atlanta, I don't know if the viewers are aware of this, but it's 30 degrees in Atlanta.
Yes, it's cold.
It's very, very cold.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to be mowing your lawn much anymore because the grass is getting dormant, your sod is getting brown.
Right.
But it's never too late to reflect on an old autumnal pastime.
Yes. And so Sam and I share a love of cutting the grass, and it's a little bit more than just a normal type of love. We cut our lawns for sexual pleasure. And that's something that we just wanted to come clean about and tell you guys. And I don't think it's that rare. I think it's actually pretty common that people love to cut their lawns for sexual pleasure. A lot of people, it's like a chore. It's like, okay, during the summer, the grass is growing like a weed, and I got to go out there and cut that thing down, and oh, God, I'm going to get tired and sweaty. Yeah, that's part of the fun, dude.
Yeah, why make a whole effort out of this? Why do you have to trick yourself into being miserable when you can actually get a pretty deep, guttural thrill out of this process?
Yes, and so it is a sexual thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a sexual thing. I actually used to lie to myself for years, and I'd go, God, I just really get excited mowing the lawn. I love it. I dream about mowing my lawn, thinking about it. It's so amazing. But it's not sexual. It's just something I love to do. And then I went one day and did it, and I won't go into the details of what happened while I was mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
But afterwards I went, yeah, that's sexual. That's a sexual interest in the lawn and mowing the lawn. Not the lawn itself, but the act of mowing the grass is a sexual experience. And I'm sorry, we're adults here. This isn't for children. You shouldn't be watching this show if you're not 18.
This is between
adults.
One person and their whatever method they use to cut the lawn, usually a mower.
Right.
You do it in your backyard, you're private, you're naked.
Yes.
And it's, once you come to terms, usually first thing you do is strip down, and then you get grass stains, dirty sod marks all over your body and your toes and knees.
If you don't have a privacy fence, don't do that. Don't get nude. You can have sexual pleasure from mowing the lawn and be clothed, I think. But it's 10 times better in the nude. But you got to build a privacy fence, and there's some regulations on that. You got to be 8 feet. You can't have a 6-foot fence. You got to be at 8 because you got to hide. You know, we live in a very Victorian society where we like to be very repressed and all this. But there's nothing wrong with having sexual pleasure from mowing the lawn, and it's just you and the mower.
Do you use
It's
a
just
push
you and the
mower or a
I'm
riding mower?
pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
I would ride the mower, but I love to push it. I push it hard.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay. It's been 1 hour on
That's
the
a bit
chat.
too much.
We're going to need to say hello to some folks, but...
we wanted to do one last thing though before we got the callers. But if you're on the Patreon and you have the ability to call in, which is at the $10 level, if you're a $10 pater, that means you can access the call in. I wanted to make now this might seem unfair to some of the $10 individuals, but I did want to make a channel for some of the OGs that we've had since like day one. Some of the old callers, we did call-ins in episode, since episode 1, basically. Oh, yeah. I think they should be able to call in. And I think some of the new fans might understand. They got in really early. So I would like to set that up, but I don't know if we have that set up right now. But if we don't, next episode, or maybe the one after that, we'll have you guys call in. For now, though, all I could set up was for the $10 paters to be able to call in, but there's a group of you, and we're gonna see who's interested in calling in. I think Aaron's already in the thing there. I think so. But hey, we have one last thing to get to before we get to that.
Yeah, so this is a little gift to you.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so here we go.
So
something new.
You always drinking your Diet Cokes so warm,
right?
That I want to get you this cooler, and it's just a way to keep your Diet Coke at a nice temperature.
Okay,
and that's it.
So, we talked about this. I knew this was coming. If you can already tell, this isn't a big surprise to me. I knew this was coming because anytime there's a switch up on the Diet Cokes, Sam knows I get a little testy, and I'm very particular about my Diet Cokes. I drink them hot. I leave them in the car in the summer, or I put them. I have a heater for the winter, an incubator. It's my DC incubator, and I get them nice and hot because that's how I like them. But Sam said, dude, why don't you try doing it cold? Because everybody else loves them cold. Have you ever even had one cold? And I said, of course not. I've always had them hot, piping hot. I always boil them. Actually, I boil them sometimes on a cold night. But we decided to try. And I decided to try and do it cold. And Sam really was the one who got this going. So thank you, Sam. So this is an exclusive for the stream. I'm going to drink an ice cold Diet Coke for everybody live on Skeleton Roll Live, and this is just exciting. So without further ado, should we have some music for it?
Yeah, enjoy.
All right.
So, what do you think? What's...
brain freeze!
Uh-oh.
Brain freeze!
Oh, shit.
Brain freeze! Call 911! 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 Call 911!
Hold on.
Call 911! Call 911! Yeah, just call 911.
Is that bad?
Yeah, call 911.
Okay.
Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Just call him. Call.
Call him.
Call.
It's ringing.
Okay. Okay, never mind. Hang on. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Sure?
Yeah.
They just answered.
No, hang on. It's okay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Would you try another sip?
Okay, I'll try another sip.
You alright?
Brain freeze! Call 911! Call 911! Call 911!
Okay.
Call 911! Call 911! You calling?
I'm calling.
Call 911!
Hello? You're not... Hold on.
Call.
I'm calling.
No way, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't, hang on.
Okay.
Okay, should I try another sip?
Yeah, sure. I think you get used to it. Maybe if you never... I don't think you... Since you've never had a cold drink before...
Okay, I'll try another sip.
Just try it one more time. No.
Brain freeze! Call 911!
Okay.
Call 911!
Okay.
Call 911!
All right.
Dial 911! Call 911!
I am.
Is it ringing? Call 911!
Yeah.
Call 911!
I am. Hold it.
Call 911! Call 911! Call 911!
I'm calling.
Call 911!
They're calling. It's okay. I'll be here.
Call
I'll be
911.
here soon.
Actually, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, hang up. You don't need them.
Sure?
Okay. I don't know if I should try another one. Chat, should I try another one? Should I try it again?
Let's ask the callers.
Okay. All right, we're going to callers. That was tough. Okay, that was definitely tough. That was not easy.
Don't put it back in here. Let it get
Yeah, I'm
to
going to
room
let it
temp.
get hot. I might actually microwave that later.
Well, just let it try room temp. I think you can work down a little bit.
Okay, do we have calls? So we got some callers.
All right, let's join the thing. Hello.
Are we having chat at the same time? Hello, callers?
Callers. Speaking up.
There's a delay. You have to pause the
make
stream
sure
at
you
home.
pause
There's a
your
delay.
stream as you hear us.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
All
we can
right.
hear you. Is this Aaron?
No, this is Tequila.
It's Tequila.
Oh, it's Gilla.
We've confirmed that it is
Yeah.
Tequila. Happy
It's
birthday to Tequila.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's
Tequila.
actually Tequila. Tequila.
Tequila.
Tagilla.
Yes.
Tagilla.
Tell us the origin behind that name, Tequila.
Happy birthday.
It's from a video game.
Oh, we've got a gamer here in the Discord.
Okay.
Okay. What game is that?
Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, right.
Okay, Sam, you know that one?
Well, yes, but I recall this factoid being mentioned explicitly in the Discord on probably the first few days of Tequila's joining.
Tequila.
Tagilla. Because it is an Eastern European thing.
You know what would be great, Tequila, in the Discord if you put the classic dictionary pronunciation in parentheses next to the username. That would just clear that one up. But you don't have to do that. But that would just be, I'm just having fun. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
I'm inspired.
Are you enjoying your birthday?
Yeah, it's pretty fire, honestly.
Yeah? What you up to? Huh?
Just watching the stream, just watching this amazing broadcast on modern technology.
Ah, thanks.
Wow, we love it.
We love it.
For those of you people who aren't in the Discord, Tequila is a very prominent Discord chatter. So Tequila is just chatting all the time. We love our prominent chatters. And so we're just so grateful to have prominent Discord chatters. Tequila, what has your experience been like specifically in the Discord? And what would you say the vibe is like in the Skeleton Realm Discord?
The Discord's pretty silly.
Silly, yes.
We have a bit of little silly, goofy times together. We do a little silly, goofy stuff.
Would you say it's silly but not too silly? We can kind of just have fun, but we're not being so silly that it's like off-putting. It's fun. It's a fun silly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would say that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love that.
You say all the viewers say,
So-
get the heck in there,
So
sign up.
Tequila, I'm going to ask you personal questions. You don't have to answer, but where are you in the United States? What region are you in?
I'm in the South.
In the South. Okay, so Southern style swagger. We like that. That's very cool. So you're watching this at 8 p.m. Eastern with all the other Southern stylers.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fun. So if I might ask, what age are you?
As of today.
20.
20.
4, 5,
Can we
6,
get
7, 8,
20?
9, 10, 11.
Can we get 20 number ones in the chat? If you're in the chat, put the number 1 20 times, which does typically add up to the number 20 when you have 1 20 times. Can we get that in the chat?
Let's see it happen. Add them up together. Tequila, that's on you to take all these ones, put them together, and have your own 20.
We wish we had
Thanks. That
I
sounds
wish
awesome.
we need a Tequila graphic to be celebrating 20 years of Tequila but instead we're looking at this brain freeze. I don't know what this is about.
Well,
No, everyone's doing it wrong. I want 21. I want you each to do 21s. I want you each to do 21s, not 20. Come on. Is Aaron in the call?
Yeah,
I did.
Hey guys, it's me, Aaron.
Hey.
How you
It's-
doing?
it's a little
Classic
silent.
Aaron. So Aaron,
Hey, can you guys hear me? Am I coming through?
Sound great.
yeah, can you hear
Yes.
us? Can you hear us?
Oh, sweet. Hey, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to Gilla.
Thanks.
Nice pronunciation
Tagilla
there, too.
Or Tequila Cuddy. I don't really
Good.
know.
For you.
So you guys
Hey,
have
I'm
met.
reporting to you guys live from my 2007 Nissan Altima 2.5S. I said
Ooh.
earlier in the chat,
Whoa.
You said it was a
it's
Camry.
going to be my 2003 Camry, exactly white, 4-door, 4-cylinder. LE, but in this case, it's my spare car. Just wanted to clarify that with you guys. Just so
We
you guys know, so you guys
we
are fair.
appreciate the honesty. We appreciate an addendum to a mistake there, and we really respect that, Aaron. And that took a lot of courage for you to say. And so I think everybody say thank you, Aaron, for being honest about the vehicle you're driving tonight at work. Everyone say that now.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and I
Thank you,
also
Aaron.
appreciate shout outs to bus drivers, because in a sense, I'm kind of a bus driver. Like I drive pizzas, I drive those hot pies, that nice spicy flavor to people back and forth. In
We
one
might
of my
call
two
you.
vehicles. In this
We might
case,
call
my
your
2007
Nissan.
Altima.
We might call your Nissan the Pizza Buzz.
Yeah. Well,
It really is. Yeah, technically it is.
mark him down as bus driver. Go ahead.
Yeah.
mark that
Okay. So
down.
our stats are looking a little better.
Yeah. Though I think
I
that's
think we
in
needed
this
less
case,
bus drivers.
we needed fewer
You know,
bus drivers. And
Tag was probably a farmer of sorts. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'm a farmer.
good. That's good. We need more farmers to balance out the scales.
We're getting lots of thank you, Aaron, for being honest about the vehicle you're driving.
Wow.
I'm seeing a couple typos there. You guys are saying your Y-O-U-R. We're going to need Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Excuse me. Excuse me. We need
Or
good grammar in the
yikes.
chat. Excuse me. Yikes is right. Yikes is right.
We
The-
love
it's
it.
the
well-
thought that counts. So you guys,
Hey, well,
so
I-
the
I
two of
gotta
you
head
guys
out
have
pretty
met,
soon.
right?
Like,
You
I
guys have
gotta-
met in the Discord?
Oh wait.
Oh, we
Huh?
kind of
Yeah.
have, yeah, definitely. But I'm actually gonna head out now. I'm gonna
Okay.
go and deliver another pie. I got to get back on the road, but I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
appreciate you guys still doing the stream on Thursday. I'm listening to you guys. I'm just gonna be like a fly on the wall, and also happy birthday, Tequila.
Thank you, Aaron.
What kind
Be
of flavor
careful.
pizza? What pizza are you delivering?
Oh yeah. Give us the details.
Oh, the deal tails. Oh,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut has a new pizza out. It's like a little fold 'em up pizza. I don't know.
Who?
I don't
Wait,
even know
what's
what it's called.
what's the brand that you're working for?
Pizza
Oh,
Hut.
the Pizza Hut brand.
It's Pizza Hut. You're working for the
Hey-oo.
Pizza Hut brand.
Yeah.
So we say you're a member of
they're
the
very
Pizza Hut
late in the
family.
business cycle. Yeah, the
Can we
Pizza
get
Hut
some-
family.
Do you have any hashtag coupon codes for us to use on pizzahut.com?
Oh, you got to get that $13 3-topping pizza or the 2 mediums for $99 each. It's 20 total.
Folks,
It's
you heard
totally
it
worth
here
it. Like,
first
I know
from
the pizzas are frozen. I know all the ingredients.
We don't
they
care
come in
about that.
little
We don't care
bags,
about
but that doesn't
frozen.
matter.
I'll eat it raw. I don't care. I'm a pizza freak.
You love those seals raw. You love those aquarium animals raw. You gotta get that pizza raw too.
Skeleton Realm is a raw brand. You're
All right,
getting a
you guys,
raw
I'm
deal.
catching
You're getting a
later.
raw deal here.
I'm gonna head out now.
All right,
Salute to
Aaron,
the
we thank you
Realmers.
so much. Aaron, bye-bye, and we'll see you next time.
So long.
Oh, also, I'm loving the new sweatshirt, the Pizza Hut, or sorry, not Pizza Hut, but Skeleton Realm merch. Bye.
Oh, lovely. Yes, thank you for your
Thanks.
purchase. Well, guess that's a good note to say. You can head over to skellypedia.org. What Aaron just said, they're right at the last second. He's as fleeting as going away, and he was plugging the merch right there at the last second. That's why we love Aaron. But anyway, you can go on skellypedia.org. You can buy yourself a Skeleton Realm hoodie. You can get yourself this hat. You can get yourself other wonderful shirts. You know, there's a shirt on there. Why don't you pull up the browser, Sam?
Ah, yes.
There's a shirt on there that I made a long time ago. Sam and I brainstormed it, and no one's bought it. It's the only merch item that no one's bought, and I actually just bought one for myself. That's right, I have to buy my own merch because we use a third-party vendor. So anyway, I bought one for myself, and on the back of the shirt, it says, work yesterday, and on the front of the shirt, it says, play today. And that kind of describes the Skeleton Realm ethos. I'm sorry, on the front of the shirt, it says work yesterday, and on the back of the shirt, it says play today. And we are not allowed to have 2 product images, so I need to make a new image for that. But anyway, that's probably why no one's bought it, because they don't understand. It just says work yesterday.
They think
It's just a garbage piece of merch, but
They
I
don't
think
see
it's a
the-
cool shirt.
they don't see the back.
It's the Skeleton Realm ethos. You know what we should do is put a Skeleton Realm logo on that shirt, because then you could rep the Skeleton Realm brand. But I think it's cool to just say work yesterday, and on the back say play today, because that really does say it all. Work yesterday,
Play today.
play today. Tagala,
what we
would
like
you
to do.
rock this shirt, Tagala? Be honest, would you rock this shirt?
Yes,
You
I
would.
would.
Yummy.
Yes. Might get one right now.
So you might
Oh,
get,
heck.
wow, so Tagala might be actually treating themselves to a birthday gift for themselves on stream live tonight for number big 20, and it's a Skeleton Realm. It's a Skeleton Realm piece of merch. Ouch. Yeah. So any other callers? If you want to be a caller, so we haven't done callers really in a while just because, I don't know, when we first started doing callers, nobody was watching. In fact, now we're having just some viewers, 30 some odd people watching, and we love it. But when we started doing this, no one would watch it. No one would watch it. So, well, Aaron actually has been a supporter from day one. So Aaron would call in, and Ugg would call in, and we have some callers. But now that we're kind of having more viewers, we'll probably do the call-ins more often. But the one of the downsides on us actually with having more viewers is it's the Wild West if you open it up for anybody to call in. So you gotta vet it a little bit. I wish we didn't have to vet it, but somebody's gonna come on here and say bad stuff, and I don't want that. We want them to be friends. We want them to be people that we respect and trust. And the easiest way for us to respect and trust you is to pay us $10 a month. And if you do that, you can call in.
Speaking of
and
that,
you can talk to us live. So anyway, that was my little spiel on
a new fish, Mr. Brew.
Oh, yum!
Is in the call-in channel right now, and they simply have to unmute themselves.
So Brew, unmute yourself and pause your stream so that you can. There's no delay because there is a delay.
Brew, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm here with you guys. I just wanted to pop in and say hello to my fellow Realmers.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up, Brew? Okay. I love that you said Realmers because I've been meaning to bring this up on stream. Somebody the other week used the term Realmers, and it was the first time I saw it. They said, hey, Realmers, or something like that. Hey, fellow Realmers. And I thought, the community, there comes a time in every fledgling online community where the community names itself. It's never named by the people who started the community. So I didn't want to be pushy and say, we're the Skelly crew. We're the Skelly guys, Skelly people. No, the community has to name itself. And so you just said it best, sir. What did you say? You said Realmers, didn't you?
I did, but there's a lot of good names going around. I like Skelly
Really?
Heads.
We like that.
I think there's a lot going on, a lot to work with.
Maybe we could do a poll that or maybe you could kind of give us a list of what you've heard, and then I could create a poll and put it out somewhere, and we could decide as a community, what are we, guys? In the chat, what's your favorite way to refer to what we're building here, which is an incredible community? I might be partial to just call us the All-Stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey now. That's a great idea.
Hey now. Get your freak on. Get your Skeleton Realm live on. Get your live on. Go live. Hey now. Let's go live now. Let's go live now. Go live. So what do you guys, I want to see what the chat thinks, but hey, we're really happy to have you here, Brew. And so how have you been enjoying the Discord?
Oh, the Discord's fantastic. Just a lot of great jokes in there, and you can always talk to Doug and Sam. They're just hanging out.
That's a whole lot of fun.
That's true.
And I saw that you were on the Patreon too, so that's really fun. But where are you calling from, Brew?
I'm calling from Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Yum! Wow, what's it like over in Austin? I've heard that a lot of new development's been occurring, a lot of new tech type stuff going on. What's your experience? Are you from there? What's going on with Austin?
Yeah, no, I moved here 2 years ago, and the tech industry is popping off. That's the industry that I work in.
Well, that's cool. Could you say a little bit about what you do, or is it top secret tech?
Well, some of it's top secret, but I do work on a video game.
Oh! Now, see, that's something Sam and I have been talking about.
Ears just perked up.
Tequila just perked up real hard. Sam and I have actually been talking for a while about, we've always wanted to have a Skeleton Realm game. And so we've always thought about making a game. MeMoreTV has a lot of great offerings. Bing Bong Games makes a lot of great games. But we want something more specific to our community. Maybe one day we could make a game. What do you think about, what do you think, in your opinion, Brew, what do you think a good Skeleton Realm game would look like? That would be based around what we do and who we are and how we make our content. That was a Tim and Eric quote. I really don't like doing that. Really don't like doing that. What do you think, Brew?
Yeah, my suggestion would be to definitely incorporate the Skelly disc. I think there's just so much fun going on there, so much complexity. You could develop so many different game mechanics around the Skelly disc. Maybe
what my mind goes to when I'm thinking about games is I'm thinking about that cash money. I'm thinking about how to monetize that game. And I'm thinking microtransactions on an app. And so I'm thinking, you've got the Skelly disc on an app, it's spinning, maybe you've got Boo Boo on the disc, maybe you've got the Skelly heads, the classic Skelly heads, maybe you've got my head, maybe you've got Sam's head, and maybe you're feeding us Diet Cokes, or you're feeding us and you're swiping to feed, but there's a timer or something and it stops and you have to click a button and it charges you 1 cent every time you do this, and people are just jamming it 1 cent at a time, that kind of thing. And we could actually market it to children with iPads. That's a huge business, and the children could just, mommy's credit card could be on there, and they could just be pushing a button, and they could just be throwing Diet Cokes for 1 cent. Maybe we could make that happen. That's a big dream of mine, but.
Yeah, I would suggest virtual Boo Boo skins for the game, and you could even sell in-game wet tape. You could get that foursome, five-some going on.
Imagine a disc, a skin. So your skin, the disc could have a Boo Boo skin. So the disc could itself have a Boo Boo style on it. Does that make any sense? The disc would have Boo Boo's skin.
Yeah, spot.
No, I have the cases.
Say again?
Cases.
Haze what?
You have to buy keys and open up boxes.
Oh,
loot
yes,
crates,
yes.
Loot crates.
Loot crates, that's right. They call them loot crates. Epic Fortnite gamer crate style, loot style. Wow.
A slot machine on a lock mechanism, and you have to pull a slot to open up the lock, which then opens randomized cosmetic goods. So
Maybe
you can have Doug or I dressing in a hat or doing various dabs and that kind of thing, dances that you could purchase in a randomized gambling format.
Skelly Realm dance.
Maybe Brew, you could just make Fortnite, and then we could take some of the character skins and just make them skeletons, and then some of them could be Sam and some of them could be me, and we could just make Fortnite.
Could we put you on the hook for making that for us?
Yeah, I could probably get that done by the end of the day.
Oh, perfect.
Wow, end of the day, so we're talking about midnight. That's epic.
Great. Well, he's in Central Time.
Oh, that's true.
So he gets an extra hour to work, and I know that he's going to be doing on that time. He's going to be working on the dances.
So yeah, that's a promise to all you Realmers out there. By 1 a.m. Eastern, I will remake Fortnite with the Skelly Realm.
We love that attitude. We love that drive and that vigor. That is great.
Open
We're
source
loving Brew. Brew has got a
style.
great energy.
Thank you very much. May I read a tip for sip?
Let's do the tips for sips. We'll keep the callers on the line if they want to comment on whatever they'd like, and we'll read the tips for sips, and then we'll probably call it quits, and we'll do another hour, everybody. On the Patreon, we're doing an audio-only podcast, and that'll be available later tonight. But first of all, we're going to read the tips for sips.
You're going to like this one. He actually came straight from Mr. Brew himself over there in Austin, Texas. He said, "Sips are for me and me." So thank you very much. We liked that.
So next we have from Adam Vega, bought 5 sodas. He says, "Can we please get a C++ programming certification for back-end development fund for Linman started?"
That's a great idea.
If you buy me some more sodas, we might be able to afford that.
Yeah.
But yes, the answer to that is yes. We love that.
Wax Poetic said, "Hope your sips are plentiful and drenched." And they gave us 3 sodas. Thank you so much.
Yum. Is that it?
You got the one down at the
that's
bottom?
it. That was last stream. So that's our tips for sips.
Wait, I wasn't reading from... Okay,
Oops.
never mind.
No, it was just 3.
Okay. And Pete also gave... Mr. Brew also gave us another soda, but accidentally put just a blank space in the comment thing and had to do it again.
That indicates a moment of silence. So we'll just do a moment of silence.
Yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. So, if you want to buy us a soda and leave it blank, we'll do a moment of silence. And so that's cool that Brew actually knew that. So,
yeah, that's exactly what I was going for there.
Love it. Love it. We have sort of a mind connection with our fans. We can read each other's minds. It's like wherever you are and wherever I am, it's like I look up at the moon and I'm like, gosh, I bet all the Skeleton Realm fans are looking at that moon right now. They're all looking at that same moon.
Yeah.
You know?
They often... we stream during prime moon time.
Yeah, it's moon hours, baby.
It's moon hours.
So, hey, another way you can support the channel without having to pay us any money is just hit the like button on the freaking video. Hit the like button to get us in the algorithm and hit the subscribe button on the video But let's get some music to play us out. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to go and do a freaking hour-long podcast here in a bit, guys. And if you're on the Patreon, you will be able to access that later tonight. And we'd like to say thank you to Tequila and
Happy
Brew
birthday.
and Aaron. And we hope Aaron has a great shift. And happy birthday to Tequila.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week, and you'll hear us soon.
And we'll give the last word to the callers. As
We'll
we
see you on the
fade
Discord,
out.
actually. We'll see you plenty on the Discord. So long. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having us. Stay safe out there, Realmers.
Oh.